Hi, welcome to Neppy Invests. Today I'm going to be talking about the Crazy Day of Novonix. A really exciting day for Novonix holders because today was Battery Day. The excitement leading up till today was quite high. We have seen share price rise from 20 cents about 6 months ago to almost $2 before today's trading. But today we saw a massive amount of intraday volatility on the Novonix share price. At one point, it opened up, or just after open, it rose to $2.40, and then it dropped all day and closed around $1.50. So, why was there excitement? So, Novonix is actually also listed on the OTC exchange in America. And I was working overnight, so I could follow the social media comments on Novonix, a lot of excited shareholders following the share price of their OTC holding. And that OTC listing went up 110.65% today. So there's a lot of excitement. People were really, couldn't go to sleep, that sort of thing, because they thought this was going to happen to their holdings in Australia. And all this was based off Battery Day rumors, and that's the reason Novonix has been going up the last few days. So if you don't know what Novonix is or what they do, all I have to say is Battery Day, Tesla's Battery Day rumors, and that should give you a clue about what Novonix does. So a lot of excitement today before even the share market opened up in Australia, just because of the share price rises on the OTC exchange. So I think Novonix shareholders expected their share price to go up a fair bit. And it did initially. So it opened up 40% higher just after open. So it rose to $2.40. And then very slowly, there was no announcement for Novonix in response to Battery Day. So Battery Day began around between 6:30 and 7 a.m. local time. Novonix didn't have any reply. There was a couple of other companies did reply to Battery Day. So it opened near 40% higher, dropped back quite quickly, and then just stayed around their $1.80 mark. We did see an announcement from Novonix eventually just after 1 p.m. I'll get into that a little bit later. But then there was a lot of selling just after 2 p.m. and the share price went down as low as $1.40, but then closed at $1.52. So this is just the one-day chart, 3-minute moving averages. You can see a lot of volatility, a lot of interest at open, so a lot of volume came in on open. So I think a lot of retailers getting excited about Battery Day, getting excited about what was happening on the OTC exchange, bought in at open. I would say one of the worst things you can do is to buy in at the open, because that's when retailers typically buy in. There is a saying that amateurs open the market, professionals close the market. And I find that a lot. When I first started buying shares, I always used to buy at the open. Now I typically buy towards the end of the day, just to see, especially if there's been announcements during the day, because I've seen a lot of times shares rise rapidly on an announcement at the start of the day and then fall all during the day. And that's actually a bad sign. So there's no point buying at the open. Just wait to see what happens with the share price. If the market maintains that price, you can always buy in on future days at the same price or similar price. So over the last 6 months, as I mentioned before, share price was about 20 cents 6 months ago. A really good, around June or so, we saw some really good volume coming in. That was actually quite bullish with the Novonix share price. So a lot of interest has come into this company. I've been asked, why don't you do a Novonix video? I'm not absolutely 100% across what Novonix does. I know what field they're in. I'm not sure exactly what sets them apart from everyone else, and that's the main thing. But we've seen actually good price action. There's nothing been too disconcerting about what's happening with the share price. Got to as high as $2 in the start of September, and just today's share price action was very interesting. I'm not sure if this is concerning or not yet. We're going to have to see what the share price does over the next few days, but very bearish to open on the high, almost the high, and finish on almost the close. That's actually a very bearish signal. And the massive amount of volume today, 40 million shares traded on the ASX. When you see typically less than 10 million, except once you go back to June, where we did see quite a spike in volume, which is actually a bullish sign. So today, I'm going to have to see what happens the next few days to see whether today was negative or positive. But I don't hold Novonix at the moment. I'm not even trading it, so there's that. So as I mentioned before, they did release an announcement at 1:11 p.m. So their Novonix and the Battery Evolution, their battery day response. I think a lot of shareholders were actually waiting for this, expecting this. I'm not going to detail right now. I'll leave maybe the link of their response in the notes or in the whatever. But you can see initially, just after I released it, this is a 1 minute price action, so very, very short term. We did see the share price go from just less than $1.74 or so to $1.85. A response, the share price response to their announcement, and then we just saw selling all through the day. Possible double bottom near the top, $1.45, almost got there, and then did finish on some bullish action right at the close there. So probably not the day a lot of Novonix shareholders are expecting the start of the day, especially looking at the OTC market. Especially looking at the OTC market. Excuse me, my camera just went off for some reason. So this is my take on Novonix. So the share price has been driven by speculation, rumor, and most importantly, hope. So Novonix doesn't make any money. So, and their market cap, I probably assuming got to almost $1 billion today. So when you get a market cap of $1 billion without any revenue, there has to be a lot of hope there, a lot of speculation. In fact, if you go to Hot Copper, the most talked about stocks on Hot Copper are only stocks that don't have any revenue or very little revenue. It's all driven by speculation and hope. That doesn't always work out. In fact, the vast majority of cases, it doesn't work out. Now, for me, Novonix is in an exciting and important sector. You cannot understate where they are situated in. I don't think Australians particularly understand how much our lives are going to change in the next 10 to 20 years. We are going to see significant changes to our lives. And one of the reasons we're going to see significant changes is because of battery technology and that sort of thing, driverless cars, robo-taxis. We've already started to see a de-urbanization of our workforce. That's already happening right now. It's brought forward about 5 to 10 years in my opinion, but instead of urbanization over the last 200, 300 years, we're going to see a de-urbanization, and in fact, battery technology is going to be very important in that de-urbanization of our workforce and where we live. But going forward, we're going to need more substance to what they announce, what they give us, Novonix. We need to see deals made, important announcements of substance to drive the share price going forward. Rumors, speculation, and hope is not enough to drive the share price forward. We are at the moment in a speculative bubble. We're seeing a lot of companies without much or any revenue really go up high in price. Tesla is actually a really good example. Even though they do have a fair bit of revenue, they are cash flow positive, they are, making it, but you can still consider them a speculative bubble at the moment. And Novonix definitely falls in this. And I just got here just one little post from Hot Copper in respect to Novonix, and this one poster says, Novonix $20.21 in 2021. If they get to $20.21, that's a market cap of well over $10 billion. So to get a market cap of $10 billion, they will need something significant happening to their business. They might get there, but at the moment, I'm staying on the sidelines, just waiting to see any sort of announcement, because speculative bubbles can pop at any second. I've seen this a lot in small cap companies who have grown their share price significantly more than the sort of the fundamentals, the announcements they give us, the news they give us, and it almost always ends in bad news. So hopefully this does not happen with Novonix, because where they're situated is quite exciting. Excuse me there, but some technology issues. In fact, the battery on my DSLR camera went blank, and so I'm just using my normal webcam here. But that's all for today's Novonix video. Look, I'm not a professional, and don't take my advice, because I'm just doing this for fun. for educational purposes and to learn more about some very interesting companies on the ASX, and Novonix definitely falls in that. Do you have any questions, leave it in the comments or send me some sort of email or whatever. But that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you another day. See ya.